is on grade. So here, set content view, it means this calculator activity will use this layout. We are connecting this activity with this layout. So it means this activity will use this layout, and whatever we add into this layout, we should code it inside the calculator activity. So first I want to design our layout. So in this layout, we will create a simple calculator. So it will be a simple calculator, not a complicated one, for simplicity, because we are at the beginning now. We are learning the concept slowly. And now I'm closing this project window for now. Then we need a text, an edit text field. So we need an input text. In the text view part, there are different text options. If you will enter a plain text, you can use this one. But if you will enter numeric characters, so you can use this one. I'm adding one edit text. And the second one, first number will be entered here. The second number entered here. So we will add them, subtract them, multiply them, or divide them. Okay. Then I am adding some button. For each one, for each operation, I'm adding a button. I'm adding 4 buttons. And I will explain all of them one by one. Then, to show the results, when we calculate 2 numbers, when we multiply 2 numbers, when we add 2 numbers, to show the results, we need a text view. I'm putting it here. So these are the all views we need to create a simple calculator. But we didn't make any alignment yet. So for that, I am choosing both of them by pressing Ctrl button. So right click, then center. I will center horizontally. And the text size is, so text size, we are not changing text size. We are adding a top constraint because we did horizontal alignment, but we didn't make any vertical alignment yet. So we are doing now from top, we are giving 50 dp margin. This is the first number. And the second one, this is, so it needs to be vertical alignment. I'm saying I am tying this element, this view to this one. So between them, I am leaving 24 dp gap. So this is an edit text field, and the user will enter the first number here and the second number here. Then if he clicked the, for example, plus button, we will add up these 2 numbers, sum these 2 numbers, and we will show the results in this text view. So this is an edit text. In edit text, we will give some hints to the user. So in the hints, in the attributed parts, you can find the hint. I can type here, hint. So we will navigate the user with this hint. Enter first number. This is just information, giving informative hint. We are giving some clues, some hints to the user. So this edit text is for first number. User will enter the first number here. And also we are guiding user by adding another text to the second view. Enter second number. So when user open this application, so the user can understand, he or she will enter the first number here and the second number here. These are edit texts. And the result for the results, okay, I'm closing. I'm creating a text view, remove the hint. Okay, for text view, I'm adding a top 32 dp gap, and also center this horizontally. Center horizontally. This is a text view. I am giving an ID tb underscore result. I'm using general underscore when I'm defining an ID, a view ID, but it's not an obligation, okay? You can give any names, any ID. The rule is that all the elements should have a unique ID. So all of them has a different ID. Text view, so this text view is used to display the text, okay? Edit text are used to enter text, to take the inputs. It takes the text as input, okay? So if you want to get input from the user, we generally use edit text. If you want to display something to the user, we use text view, because in text view, you can't write anything. You can't input anything to text view. This is just an output element. You can just display your results. And this is text view, TV results. So for now, I will write result. Also, I want to increase the text size. In the attributed window, at the top, at the bottom side, you can find them, but it's better to search it from the name text size. First choose this, then search text size. So text size, now we can make it 20 dp. And also text style, when you click the text style, we can make it bold. And text color, we can change the text color as well. So in the text color, you can choose a color, maybe red. We will show the results in red. So this is also vertically and horizontally aligned. We have two edit text to enter first number and second number respectively, and the result text view to show the result. Or we can change its location, but before that I will create. So I'm removing this constraint. So removing this constraint for now. Putting the results at the bottom makes more sense. So for that button, we have 3 buttons. Okay, for the button types, I'm choosing all of them. Okay, by pressing Control button, you can choose all of them. And I will create the chain, but this time the chain will be horizontal chain. But we forget to add this one, so I'm removing Control with Control Z. I'm choosing all of them again. One. Okay. Then right click and create a chain. But the chain is already created, so I will remove the chain. I will break the chain first. No, they're not chained. I'm clicking the control button, then choosing all of them, right click and create horizontal chain. Now it's okay, but their vertical horizontal alignment is okay. They will follow each other, but their vertical alignment is also required. I will add to here by adding 32 dp of 40 dp. Then I am tying its bottom to its bottom. They will be in the same line now. The third button's bottom to the second button, and I'm clicking the last button's bottom to the third button. By this way, they are horizontally and vertically aligned. So then this button, we will give them ID, but btn at, it's for its text will be a plus sign. This is button underscore subtract, and as a text minus sign, this is button multiply, btn underscore multiply, its ID is btn underscore multiply, and as a text, we will add an asterisk sign, and this is the button division. And as a slash sign is enough to show the division. We have four buttons, sorry, 4 button, and each one is making a mathematical operation. Will be used for mathematical operation. So for the button, I think there are button types, something like button types about the size. We can decrease the size. I will check it. I will try to find if I can find button size. In the attributed window, perhaps we can find it as a button type, or at the code we can see button wrap content margin top, the design style, the button. There are different button types. You can also change the button, small button. Okay, we will choose the small button. It's better. Small one. Small one. And the small one. Okay, then the result, we will make its vertical alignment. It will be under one of these because they are all in the same line. Now we will add some margin, some padding between the buttons and the result text view, maybe 50 dp. Okay, from the top I will increase it as 150. Now this is our calculator, simple calculator. What will happen when we enter, for example, when we are adding 5 to 5, we will enter 5 in the first number field, and in the second number field, text we will write 10, for example. When we click the plus, the result will be 15, and we will see the results here. When we subtract from 10 to 5, we will see the 5 here. Or we can multiply the two numbers, or we can divide them. So our layout design is okay for now. And then we can pass to do our coding part. So we have an edit text, two edit texts. Two edit text, ET, their names are edit text, ET first number, and we have one more edit text, ET second number. Now we are defining them in the Java. Okay, in the Java activity, we are defining them. So edit text, it says I don't know what is edit text. By clicking together Alt Enter import, we can import the class. So now we are importing the edit text class, and this error is fixed now. We add the library of edit text. So we have one text view. Text view, it's TV result. TV result, text view results, its variable name. And also the same thing, Alt Enter. We add also text view. For buttons, we have 4 different buttons, and we can define them, but here I will show you something interesting. And for each button, there is an on-click method. Where it is, I will try to find on-click. Okay, it's here. So I will define button click method, or we can give the name calculator. Calculate. We define a function now. So it means when we click this plus button, as on-click method, calculate function will run. Similarly, I am copying this for the subtract. Also, I am calling the same function. When I click multiply button, I'm also calling the calculate. When I click this one, I'm also clicking this on-click calculate method. So when I click this division button, it will call calculate. But we didn't create calculate yet. In the calculator activity, you don't have to define a button, because all the buttons are calling the same function. So they may call different functions, but they are calling the same function. So I am defining this function. It was public void calculate, okay, and it takes a view parameter. View is here who calls, if any view calls calculate function, it will be our parameter. So Alt Enter, import view class. So I am defining a calculate function for this purpose. For each one, when I click, their on-click method is running. Okay, the on-click method is calculate. They are calling calculate. When I click the subtract, it's also calling calculate. When I click the multiply, it's also called the calculate function. All of them is calling the calculate function. Okay, then in the calculator, first of all, when the user, we should relate our edit text element, our first number. It's find view by id r.id et. So in the calculator, we forget to give the name et first, and this is et second, edit text second, et underscore second. We are giving a unique ID. So it has a unique ID, this has a unique ID. To distinguish each element, we need a unique ID. In the calculator side, okay, 80 first, I am tying it with this one, and 80 second number. Find v by id r dot id 80 second. Then for text view, don't forget to put the semicolon. TV result, find v by id r dot id TV result. We have three elements, okay? They are giving error, but if you remember yesterday, we had the same error, but essentially they are not error. They are not error. It takes time to fix the problem for Android. If you want to get rid of this warning, you can clean the project. It's automatically checking and fixing these problems. Actually, it's not a problem. Android is performing late, finding or checking them if they are correct. Okay, so you will not face a problem. Okay, then we have defined our elements, but we didn't define our buttons because we will not interact the buttons in the code. We did everything in the layout side. So when the user click this button will automatically call the calculate. So we can write our code in the calculate. So when the user clicks plus, subtract, multiply, division, they are all calling the calculate. What will happen inside the calculate method? First, we will get the first number. So it's maybe a double type. It's first number, or we can write first number. We will get it. User will enter a first number, et first number, get text to string. We are taking the content of an edit text in this way. Et first number, so it is this one. We will take its text. User will enter a text inside this, and we will get this text with this function. Then we should convert it to string. Actually, it doesn't make sense to convert the string because they are numbers, but this is the Android rule. All the text view elements or edit text elements should be taken by using toString. But they will not be a string. We should convert this text to a double number. So we can use double converter, double parse, double. Inside this function, double parse takes this number as parameter. So this is the number. The user entered the first number field, but we are converting this number to double type, because number may be double. We can increase the size. Actually, if the screen is too small for you, I can fix the problem. Sometimes it may be difficult for you to see the size. I will increase the size, font size. I think it's better now. You can see more properly in this way. And I will create the second number. You know, we took the first number from the user, and we should do the same thing for the second number. We should take the second number from the second edit text field. So we can copy or we can replicate this line by clicking Ctrl D. If you use Ctrl D, it's automatically creating a replica of the first line. But this time I will say second number. And also we will parse this text, but this time we will get the number from the second text. Second number. ET second number. Because its name is ET second number, get text to string. Second number is representing the second edit text. So now we have the first number and second number. So I want to add them. For that, I am defining a result variable, double result. At the beginning, it's 0.0. And now we will add them. Result is equal to first number plus second number. This is the result. But the important point here, all the buttons are calling the same function. When I click minus, subtract, when I click multiply, when I click division buttons, they are also calling the same calculate function. So we should distinguish them. Which button is pressed? According to button pressed, we will apply our application, our code. So the V here represents the pressed button. We can get its ID. So an integer ID I'm defining, and we can learn this ID, v.get ID. Now we're getting the ID of the view. For instance, if we click this one, its ID is btn_add. If I click this one, its ID will be button subtract. So when I click the button subtract, for example, the view will be button subtract and its ID will be btn_subtract. Then we will compare them. If ID is equal to r.id.btn_add, this is the first case. And in the second case, else if ID is r.id.button subtract. So this is the second case. Also Control D. This time else if it may be multiply, or it may be multiply and button division. So then here, if the user click button add, the result will be equal to this one. The result will be this one. And if user click button subtract, the result will be equal to first number minus second number. in the third one, result will be first number multiply the second number. And if user click button division, the result will be first number divided the second number. So then we calculate the result in for four conditions, okay? For button add, for button subtract, for button multiply, for button division, we all calculate the results. So calculate method takes 4 different conditions. If the view is button add, it will add 2 numbers. If the user click the button subtract, then we will learn its ID. Its ID will be button subtract. Then we will run this one. If the view is multiply, then its ID will be button multiply. We will run this one. If the view, the clicked button is button division, so its ID will be button division. Then we will divide them. So now, after calculating the result, we will show them in the text result, TV result, text view. Then set text result. But set text, when you use set text function takes a parameter which should be string, so it gives an error. It is not integer type, it's a double type, but we can use this function string value string dot value of double number, it is result. So this function string value of converts this double to the string. By this way, you can set a string type variable to the text view. So this is a calculator. We completed the calculator application. But now when we run the application, we will see the main activity. Calculator will not open directly. Okay, we have the same problem. We get the same problem yesterday. I think it's about my installation package. We will fix the Grendel problem. It's 34. It must be 34. Synchronize and run again. When the synchronization is finished, okay, we run the application. Then the application, the main activity is opening, not the calculator activity is opening. Why? So I'm explaining, it's time to explain why we see this screen. There are 2 activities, main activity and calculator activity, but we want to open the calculator activity, but the main activity, we see the main activity. So in the manifest, if you remember, I defined manifest, Android manifest, as the control panel of this application. In here, there are 2 activities. One activity is calculator activity. One activity is main activity, but we exported as true, and we also add an intent filter. So it means this is the launcher activity. it says when you run this application, first main activity will come to screen. You will see the introduction activity will be main activity. If you want to open calculator activity, you can open the calculator activity by running code. But what happens if I change the places? So if I took this part from here and cut, Control X, okay, then put here. By setting it true and by setting it false. This time, our launcher activity is calculator activity. Okay, our launcher activity is calculator activity. We have two activity, main activity and calculator. There are two different pages in our application. Which one will be the first page? Which one will welcome to the user? So normally it was main activity, but now I set it as calculator activity because I changed intent filter. I add intent filter part here. It says its launcher is, this is the launcher. When you run this application as a first activity, launcher will be the calculator activity. Then main activity will be no longer our first activity. If we run the application, what is that? Intent filter, calculator activity, intent filter. What's about debug manifest? So it says you can't do it in this way. Actually, we did it. We can do it in this way. If we did something wrong, calculator activity, main activity exported true. If we say true, what will happen? Under resource link manifest. Intent filter, name second activity calculator, export true. Permission, okay. I think it may be no problem. That's not a big problem. If we change the intent filter to put here, false. If it will run, I think it's about the configuration. We should change the configuration of the application, but I don't want to dive into configuration part. So that's not a big problem, but how can we open the calculator activity then? Okay, our main activity is, the starting activity is main activity. How can I open the calculator? It's so easy. So in this application, now I'm going back the main activity. In the main activity, this is the calculator and opening the main activity. We have three button. For each button, for now I'm closing them, calculator as well. There are three buttons. We can define on-click method, or like yesterday, we can add main button set on click listener. I will apply them separately. So for this one, for calculator, I will call a function button click on click method. So when I click this one, calculator click. Okay, then when we click the calculator, calculator click method will run, but there is no method like this here. And I am creating this method. Public, it's a public method, void. It should have the same name, calculator click, and as a parameter it takes view. Alt enter to add this view. Now, when user click calculator, it will trigger the calculate click method. So it will run this method automatically. We will open the calculator activity. So when we are now inside the main activity, from main activity to pass to the next activity, calculator, we are using intent object intent. So click Alt Enter, insert the library, insert the necessary library, intent. This is calculator intent. New intent. Then the first parameter is your source activity, its main activity. Main activity dot this from this class, and the second parameter is the target activity. So we want to open the calculator. We are writing calculator activity dot class. So then the first parameter intent takes the first parameter as the source and the second parameter as the destination activity. Then we will call start activity. I'm sorry. Start activity by setting the intent. Calculator intent. Now, when we run the application again, now it will run and it will show us the three buttons. When we click the calculator, okay. When we click the calculator, it will call this intent. This intent will start when this intent runs. It will pass from main activity to the calculator activity. So in this way, when I click, we get an error. So what is the error? No problem. I should take this one from here, and the build run section. No cat build calculate new intent calculator activity dot class. Okay, start activity, nothing wrong. Yeah. Build analyzer. It doesn't seem any error. Run it again. When I click calculator, application gives an error. So what is the error? I will try to find the error, but it doesn't give any error. In the manifest file, stop application, close application. In the manifest file, there was something strange in the manifest file, because when we change their activities, there should be no problem. We can debug it. When we debug, so in the main activity, when I'm calling this intent, I'm adding a debugger. So when I click the calculate, Now we are here, but the application is debugger. Launcher. There's no error, but in a strange way, it's not working. So in the morning today, I tried it, it was working. And there is no errors. It's so strange. So button calculator. Calculator click. If I type something wrong here, it's not working. But okay, then I will check the layout object. Is it when I click the calculator click? Their name must be same. I'm copying this one and the main activity calculate. Oh, okay. The problem is here. We wrote something wrong in the wrong way. They are not matching. I said to you, if you remember, they must match, but no, they're not matching because I wrote them in the wrong. So I'm fixing the problem now. Calculator click, the calculator click in the main activity, calculator click. They have the same name now. So if they don't match, you can't run anything else. It's also not giving error. It's so normal. I think we've fixed the problem now. Okay, then when I click calculator, okay, the calculator is opening. So I'm entering the first number as 15.3, 15.4. It's number, but it's not working. No problem. Then we can change the numbers type. Okay. Then it finds the results. It finds the results. But what happens if the user enters 0? So we will get an error dividing by 0 error. Infinite. It says infinity. Infinity. So we can handle the situation in the code. In the calculator. In the calculator activity. So this is the division case. In the division case, if second number is different than is not 0, then apply this function. Apply this function. Otherwise, else, if it is 0, then we can't make the calculation. So we can say, we can set results nothing. We can display a toast message. Toast message. This is a toast message. Is a pop-up message. Get application context. The first parameter is our application context. It's our calculator activity. So you can just write get application context. And the second one, your message divided by 0 error and toast length short. Show this message in a short time. Okay, if we run the application again, run the calculator 50 and 0. If we click the divide, so divided by 0 error, it gives divided by 0 error. It sets 0 because our initial value for the result is 0. Okay, that's so simple. Is there any question up to now? Any point not clear for you, please ask me. So then if there is no question, I can continue. Okay then. So I'm passing to the next activity. Next activity. Calculator activity is finished. I'm closing the calculator activity. And in application, I am creating one more activity. It's for new activity, empty views activity. Its name will be H activity, and its layout name will be activity underscore H. So if I click launcher, what will happen? Finish. So then in the manifest, please pay attention here. There are two launcher here, main activity and H activity. So it's confusing, right? It's so confusing. Actually, Android has a bug because if I set this one, if I set the H activity as launcher, this launcher filter should be removed, but it's not removed. So no problem. I will delete this one because it will not be our launcher. So say false. But each activity, when you add an activity, it's added to the manifest file automatically. So we have H activity, calculator activity, and main activity. Main activity is our launcher. So then in the main activity, I will navigate the user, button click, calculator clicked, and for H activity, we will add something to its own click method. On click. H clicked. H click or H click. The method name will be H click. I am copying this method name because it must be exactly the same name. It should have the same name. So I'm defining another function, public void the H click, and it takes a view. Then parentheses. Okay, then we will repeat the same thing. We will write an intent here. Intent, but this time, this is another intent. Intent H intent, new intent. Intent means we want to open a new activity. So for that, we are defining an intent. And the first parameter is the source, the starting point, the source activity from main activity, from this main activity to another activity. So the target activity is H activity dot class. So this intent says we want to pass to the H activity from main activity. This is the source, this is the destination, target activity. But it's not enough. We should call this activity by calling start activity. Which intent? H intent. So if we run the application, when I click H calculation, it opens an activity, but it's an empty activity. Why? Because our activity H is now empty. It's total empty. This is our activity underscore H XML, but there is nothing inside it. So in H activity, what we will do, we will calculate the user age according to user's birth year. So we need an edit text field. Edit text field. This will be plain text. So I will put it in the middle, center horizontally, center vertically. So it will be center vertically. It will be in the middle. And its ID will be et underscore birth. Then as a hint, enter birth, your birth year. So there's a text unless you delete this text, you can't see the hint. Enter your birth year. Then we need a button. A button. We can also add an image button. Okay, this is an image button, but for image, you should add something. For example, this one. When you click this button, it will calculate the age, but you know, this is not makes so much sense for that. So I'm deleting this image button. Instead, I'm adding a regular button. So this button will be in the center. We are doing the center alignment, or this time it will not be at the center. I am deleting the constraint. Now its left point, its end will be tied to this one. So this is the horizontal alignment. We are not, every time we are not centering them. Instead, we are sometimes we are putting at the left side, we are putting at the right side. I connected its end to the end of the edit text. Sorry. So here we align their left side, right side, sorry. This is vertical, horizontal alignment. Also for vertical alignment, I am adding a top constraint and 30 dp margin from the top. And this our view will be this way, will be seen, okay? This is ET bird, and this is button bird, or button calculate age as a text. Calculate H. Okay, then to display the result, I am using a text view. A text view at the top here. And it will be in the middle. Also, I will centralize horizontally there. And the text view, this is TVH, text view H. Your H will be, okay, then the text size, I will change the text size. Size. But we should first check the object, then search. Text size as 24 dp, and text style maybe bold, and text color maybe different color, maybe different one, this one. Okay, this is the layout design. We completed the layout design. We gave each object, each view has its unique ID. This is the first step. Then we set their alignment. We align them both horizontally and vertically by this way. Our layout design is okay. It's completed. In the code side, when we look to code, there is an edit text. Its edit text is in the center. So the button's top point is aligned to the bottom of the edit text. Also, its end is aligned to the end of the bird tag, edit text. So there's a text view. This text view is between its bottom is at the top of edit text bird, and its top point is at the top of parent. So by this way, its top point is tied to the at the top of parent. Its bottom point is tied to the connected to the top of edit text. Which edit text? Bird edit text. So the layout design is okay. We have 3 objects. And in the age activity, we will calculate the age of the user. Okay, then, so I'm for age, I'm adding an on-click method, calculate age. This is the method name. So in the age activity, I am defining a new method, public void calculate age. So we should add view to do our activity, calculate age. And in this method, we will write codes, and this code will run when the user click the calculate age button. But before that, we have 2 views, object tvh and this button. Its text can be just calculate, okay? Not calculate, age calculate. No matter its ID is not changing. And also we have an edit text, et bird and TV. We don't have to define the button inside the code. Why? Because we are not, we are adding some interaction, but from the layout, we add on-click method but not from the code, from the layout window. So we don't have to define this object, this view. I'm defining a text view, TV, text view TVH, and one edit text. So to add a text view, I'll enter TVH and edit text ET bird. So we are connecting them. We are relating them. These are the Java variables. We didn't define. We just defined the Java variables, but there is no connection between this object and these views. With this line of code, we are making connection. TVH, find view by ID, r.id, TV underscore H. By this way, we are connecting them. We are matching them. Okay. This object TVH now represents this your age, this text view whose text is your age. And similarly for ET bird, for this edit text, we are defining, we are actually matching it with ET bird. That's okay. Then we will write the code in the calculator, in the calculate age method. So how can we learn the date? Today's the date. So first, when user click it, we will get the content, the current year, it's integer, current year, we need current year. Then we need birth year, integer, birth year. Birth is entered to the ET birth field. So we will take it ET birth get text to string. But this is a string type. We defined it as integer, so I will convert it to integer, integer parse int. So we will take this string expression inside the parentheses. By this way, we are converting this text style birth year to an integer year. And how can we learn the current year? For current year, we have a ready function. There's a calendar inside the Java utility. From this Java utility, we can learn the year get instance. So it takes this year get calendar that year. By this way, we are learning get instance year. Okay, so it will show 2023. Now we are inside the 2023. So the current year will be 2023. The birth year will come from the edit text. Then we will subtract them. Okay, so the age, integer age is equal to current year minus birth year. So this is the age. Then TV result text view TV age set text your age equal to what? This is age. So TV, we are setting the TV age to this age. So we can make a control here. If user enter the birth year later than 2023, so it means the birth year is larger than current year. So this is a mistake, right? Because you can't, your birthday, your birth year cannot be 2024, 2025. So it's the future. It's the future. So you can't birth in the future. If you are coming to world in the future, you are not living. You are not living now. So it doesn't make sense. In this case, the birth year, if the birth year is larger than current year, Control X, else we will display a toast message. Toast pop-up message, get application context, then your birth year cannot be in the future. Then the timing toast message will stay on the screen in a short time period, and in this way. Okay, when in the calculator, in the main activity, when we click the H activity, it's opening the H activity. And in the H activity, we are calculating the age. So if we run the application, so there is something, there is a mistake. It says you should put a semicolon sign at the end of the line. Then so when I click age calculation, your age, enter your birthday. For example, your birthday is 2000. Then clicking calculate, your age is 23. If we say 2025, if we say calculate, your birthday, so also at each time, we should take this text here, your age. Be calculated. So the calculator, I'm sorry, not calculator, age calculation. This is this emulator. I'm going back, age calculation. Your birth year is 2030, for instance. Then when you click, your birthday cannot be in the future. Your age could not be calculated. So this is the age calculation example. And the last one is calculate build a body mass index. So we will create a simple application for body mass index. But before that, if you have any question, please don't hesitate to ask. Any question is welcomed. So if there is no question, can we give a small break, a 10-minute break, then we can continue.
Okay,
So I don't want to, I don't want to make too bored to the listener. So we can give a 10-minute break, then we will continue with body mass index. Then I will make a I will prepare another application which has a good user interface. So it's also important. Coding is important, but sometimes more than coding, UI design is more effective. People are liking better looking applications. So at the end of this session, the next session, I will show you how to create a good looking, good appearance application. Okay. Thank you very much. If you let me 10 minutes, then we can continue 10 minutes later. Hi again. Can we continue? If everybody is ready, we can continue.
Yes, you can continue, Dr. Yasin.
Thank you. Now, the last step is calculating body mass index. Do you know what body mass index is? So, there are some applications in the internet. You can see them. You are entering your height and weight, and it finds your body situation. It says, for instance, you are obese, you are overweight, or you're underweight. So this is a very common application in the internet for healthcare. So we can create a simple activity for that. And I'm closing the H activity, H then. First, in the project, I am adding one more activity. And one more activity. This is empty views. So this is mass activity. We can shortly say body mass index activity. And its layout name will be activity BMI. First, I am opening main activity. And in the main activity, this is the third button. When we click this button, so calculate BMI. This is the function name. I'm copying this function name here. In the main activity, I'm creating one more method for this button. And for this button, we will copy the same thing, the same content, but we will change the target activity. This is not age, BMI intent, Also here, from main activity, the target activity is now BMI activity. So when we run the application, if we click this option, it will open an empty activity now, So because we didn't add anything to our body mass index activity, to calculate body mass index, we need to edit text field, plain text first and the second one. Then we need a text view again and a button. So I'm adding a top constraint from 200 dp from the top. This is the vertical alignment. Now I am centering it horizontally, so we did the horizontal alignment as well. And I'm adding 32 dp from left and from right, and also for this not wrap content, it will be match parent. So deleting the name, instead I am entering hint. Enter your height, enter your height in meter. Then we are giving an ID ET height. This is ET height. ET underscore height. And this is the second one. Actually, I want to add more 50 dp from left and 50 dp from right. I think not 50. Okay, that's better now. Then center horizontally. Actually, not center. I will tie its left point to the left point of the previous one, and right point to the right of the previous one. Then say match constraint. And between them, this is the horizontal alignment. I am adding a margin, maybe 40 dp. Then this is ET weight. ET weight. I'm removing the text field, then looking for hint. I want to add a hint for the user. Enter your weight in kilogram. In kilogram. Then this is the button, and the button will be here, and between them I'm adding 20 dp gap. This button body mass index refactor, and this is the text view. So its text will be calculate BMI, body mass index. So the result, this is your result, the 100 dp from here, and we will centralize it horizontally. Then TV underscore BMI. We will show the results in this text view. So I am setting this text size and the other features, 24 dp, 20 dp, text styled, bold. Also, we can modify the text color. Text color may be the blue one, the blue one. So we can also set the text size or text color later. So user will enter his height in meters and his weight in kilogram. When the user click the calculate BMI, it will calculate the body mass index. So the layout design is okay. Then we are passing to this side. There is an edit text. This edit text ET height and ET weight. And we have a text view, TV. What was the BMI? I think BMI underscore. For text view is red, it means it gives error because you should include import the text view library. Now we are relating this object, this variable, with the views. For ET height, find view by ID r dot ID dot ET height. Similar for ET weight, find view by ID r dot ID ET weight. And we have TV BMI, find view by ID r dot ID TV BMI. So the button, if, for example, I didn't define any method for this button, right? I didn't define anything for on-click method. No problem. That's not a big problem. You know, we have different options to do. I'm defining this button here. Button BMI underscore. Then here, button BMI, find view by ID r dot ID dot button underscore BMI. Then I will define what will happen when I click the BMI, button BMI, by saying set on click listener near view dot on click listener. Implement the methods. Okay. So we will write the related code under the on click. So this method executes the code when the user clicks button BMI, body mass index. How can we calculate the body mass index? So I'm defining a double variable because BMI value is a double type, because we can find it. We can find the body mass index by dividing weight to the square of height. So first we will take the weight, double weight. We will get this field from the ET weight get text to string. So it will be double. We will parse it to double parse double. Then for height, we are defining a variable double height, and we are parsing it to the double parse double ET height get text to string. So weight divided by height times height. So this is the calculation of body mass index. you can calculate your body mass index in this way. So we will evaluate the body mass index with a formula. If your body mass index value is less than 18.5, then you are underweight. So if BMI is less than 18.5, then we are setting TV BMI set text as underweight. Underweight. If this value is else, if your BMI value is between BMI value is less than 25, so you are normal. We will set the text view as normal. Else if it's less than, BMI is less than 30, so you are overweight. And if it is less, else means it's not smaller than 18.5, it's larger than. So if it's larger than 25, if it's larger than 30, then it's fall in this else block. Now you are obese. Set text then. If your BMI value is larger than 30, you are obese. So in this block, I will change the text color. Okay, now from the code, you can do the same thing from the code. So our text view, TV, BMI, set text color dot, for example, blue is okay. Actually, it's not blue because you're overweight, maybe gray. If you are normal, color will be green. You are normal. Green. So if you are defining two lines, you should put parentheses. If you're overweight, the text color green, orange. Color not all orange, but we can set its color red, green, blue value. Doesn't matter. Cyan, transparent, white, alpha, yellow. We can say yellow. Okay. If you are obese, the color will be red. So it's a warning. Now it's red. We controlled all the conditions. We first calculate the BMI value and then finds the value. Finds the BMI value. According to BMI value, we are deciding the user is obese or not. So if we run the application, we will see the results. So fixing the problem. BMI. So we forget to put semicolon. Okay, then when we click the calculate BMI, so for example, my height is 1 meter point 75 centimeters. My kilogram is 80. So it will calculate my BMI value. So it says overweight. So you're overweight. If I said 60 kilogram, if I am 60 kilogram, it says you're normal. If I'm 25 kilogram, it says you're underweight. If I said I am 95 kilogram, then it says you're obese. You're obese. So I think the formula is not very true. I took this formula from internet, but if you're 1 meter and 75 kilogram, and if you're, for example, 70 kilogram, okay, it says overweight, but if you are 75, it says you're obese. You're obese. This is the formula, and it calculates according to formula. Okay, then in this project, I will create one more activity for login activity. You know, this is if you want to enter a website or any application, you are using a login screen. How can we create a login screen? So I will try to prepare a good looking, a well appearance application. I will try to design a layout in a good looking. Okay, so that's important, as I said in the first session. Sometimes you are writing many lines of code, perhaps thousands of lines, but your user interface is not effective, not attractive. So the people don't like your application, even if it is doing very well job, very good job, but if your user interface is not attractive, people don't like your application. Also, not from the one perspective, not just for looking, also for understanding your appearance must be attractive. People should like your application from the user interface. Then I will create one more activity, empty views. Okay, this is login activity. Sorry, login activity. Let's go login, then finish. I'm closing the other ones. Also, I will share all this code with you. I will send this code to your teachers, and I think they will share with you. If you want to apply this application later, you can use this code in the login screen. Okay, in the login screen, I will use some different images. At the top, for example, I am preparing a login screen for our university. Or we need some artistic design, okay? I'm not an artist. I'm not a graphic artist. But you can find good templates from internet, and you can implement, you can modify your application according to this layout. So I need an image view. I'm putting an image view to top. Okay, so from the top, I leave 150 dp. It's, I think, too much. 100 is enough. 100. Then I will centralize horizontally. Okay. Then I will put an image inside it from the drawable folder. In our drawable folder, we will choose one more object, but I don't have any image yet. So from my so I will copy them. I will copy these images. There are two images, and I will copy these two images inside the application in the drawable folder, right click and paste. It says, okay, then I have logo and background PNG and JPEG file. So now in the background, I want to use this logo. Okay, then we can't see it because it's a white color. So I am decreasing the size of this image a little bit. Then I think before that, I will add one more constraint. So in my application, there are different layouts. I will add one more constraint inside it. So you can add a constraint here, and I will put this image inside this one. Or no matter, so we can do it later. Image view here. Before that, I want to add a background image. So this is my background image. I will put this background image. In the layout, I'm choosing constraint layout, and it's background. For the background, as a background object, I will choose this one. Okay, this is the background of application. I'm putting my logo here. Then I am adding a constraint layout under it. So adding some constraint from 8 dp from top, and from this side maybe 50 dp, from this side 50 dp, and its size will be match constraint. Okay, match constraint. And for now I will add a bottom constraint. It will be 200 dp. And for this one, it's also match constraint. Yeah, we can decrease this 50 dp. There are 50 dp gaps, maybe too much. 40 dp is enough. 40 dp. Okay. Then I will add 2 fields for username, 1 edit text, and 1 more edit text. Now, please pay attention. There are 2 constraint layouts. The one at the top, it's covering, it's spanning all the ones, it's containing all the other views. Inside the constraint layout, we have an image view. Also, under the image view, we defined another constraint layout. So we will apply different things to this constraint layout. This is why we add this constraint layout, a separate constraint layout, because we will add a different background image or different background template. So we can do it now while we're waiting. What I will do, I will create an object, a shape object. In the project, in the drawable folder, right-click, new, drawable resource file. So I will add a shape. Okay, its name will be transparent background. Okay, its name will be transparent background, and in the transparent background there will be a rectangle. Our shape will be a rectangle. We will add a Android shape rectangle. Then solid object. We will add a solid object. Android color. Its color will be white. Its color will be white. So it's FF. But its alpha transparency value will be 80. So it will be a little transparent. Okay, it will be a transparent object. So its name is transparent background. We defined it in drawable folder. Then what I will do in activity login. So for this constraint layout, I'm choosing this constraint layout and adding a background image. As a background image. So for background, I'm using this transparent object. So it's transparent, as you see. It's 80% transparent. So this part will be seen in this way. Now I will choose to edit text and centralize them, horizontally centralize them. From the top, also I will add a button. I will add a button here for login operation. I'm choosing all of them by pressing Ctrl, then creating a vertical chain. Okay, from top, I'm adding a gap, 16 dp, and from the bottom, I'm also adding a 16 dp gap, maybe 24 dp. From top, it's also 24 dp. Now I will increase the 24 dp, and from the both sides 16 dp gap, 16 dp and 16 dp, and say not wrap content match parent, and for this also match parent. Okay, this is ET username, edit text username, its ID is username, or email, it's not username, it's email, ET mail, and it is ET password, ET password. We will enter the password here, and I will remove the input type. The input type will be variation, it will be email, text web email address. It will be an email address, and this will be input type. Its input type will be, I'm sorry, input type, click the text. It will be password, text password, text from here, text password. So what is the advantage of usage this? When you are entering, if you set this edit text as password, so your text will not be seen. It will be coded. It will be encoded when you are typing. So anybody can't see your password if you set it as password. If you don't set it as password, so everybody can see your password when you are entering to this field. And now, okay, then this is ET password. This is ET mail address. User will enter email address, then will enter user password to log in the system. This is BTN button login. Its text will be login as well. Its text will be login. Then it's too much. 20 dp2 is too much. 16 dp is okay. And for that, 28 dp. And I'm adding a text view field to this part, out of this constraint layout. It will be under it, and it will be in the center as well, horizontally, and the distance will be 16. The padding will be 16, and our text will be, if you do not have an account yet, click for registration. or click to register. Sure, click to register. This is our text, and the text size, the text color, text color will be white. We will set the text color as white, and text size, text color, text size, we will increment the text size. DP 14 dp is enough, I think. Then it's okay. So this is our layout. This is our layout, but not yet finished. So I want to add some, for example, I don't like this button. The purple is not, doesn't have a good looking in this layout. I want to change the background. And also I want to add some background for this edit text. They seem so simple. I need more professional looking edit text. So for that, I am adding one more element, drawable element. Right click, click drawable, then right click, new download resource file. It will be edit text background object. Background, it's not a selector, it's a shape. Okay, it's a shape, then create it. So we have a shape. This shape will be a solid object. Solid object. This solid object, we will set Android color E2, E2, E2. Its color will be in this form. Also, okay, this is a solid object. It has a gray background, It has a gray background. And we will add a stroke around this object. Stroke, and stroke color, we can set it any color, maybe color white. So if we choose color, black and white. So I think in our values part, color, we have white and black. Okay, we are calling this one now white, and Android width, the stroke width will be 1 dp. And stroke, this is a stroke, so it means we are adding. So if I set 5, you can understand better what's happening. So can you see the stroke? We have a simple small stroke. It's 1 dp. If you set it is 10, so if you set another color, black for example, it's now black, 1 dp. But I want to add white color, or you can set any color code here to change the color. 2 dp is more feelable, more remarkable. So 2 dp is enough. And the third option is we will add a corner, rounded corners. So I'm giving a radius, Android radius, as maybe 30 dp. 30 dp. If we say 50 dp, the corner will be now more curved. So if you say 100, so the curve is turning now. So 30 is enough. 30 is enough. Or if you set 10, so there's a small corner. 30 is enough for this one. Okay, this is our background image for edit text. For edit text. Now I will use this background image in the login activity. For this edit text, when I choose this edit text, I'm trying to find background one. Background, accessibility background. Okay, in the background, not color, background image, I think. Background drawable. Okay, background drawable. This is the text. I'm choosing this one. Okay. So for height, I want to change the height, not wrap content. For instance, 30 dp. 50 dp. But this corner is too much. I think this corner is too much. I want to change the corner size. 20 dp is enough. No, 20 is too less. Oh, 2 dp, not 20. 2 dp, 20 dp. Okay, then this is enough. And for this one, okay, add a background. I'm searching it. Background. So this is background image. I will use this one, the same one, and set its layout as 30 dp as the previous one. What was it? 50 dp, so it will be 50 dp as well. 50 dp. Okay. And also I want to add some more elements inside it. Instead of name, I will delete this name. I want to enter hint. And enter your email address. Okay, enter your email address, and this for the second one, enter your password. Since this is password field, it's not allowing us to enter the hint. Enter your password. So if we choose this one type, if we change the type to just see variation, text, person name, phonetic phone postal address, visible password, not visible, web password, email address, just text. Then for now I will delete it. Normally it's better to use this decoded password, but we are just trying to learn. So I'm deleting the name and entering a hint. enter your password. Okay. Now I want to add two small image here. For that, I am adding a new vector assets, or just a moment, inside here, drawable. So when you say drawable, left side, we want to set something. We want to set a small image to the left side. So here I want to add a small image. Click here and click a drawable image. This will be image asset. Then the image asset, there are many image assets. Not image asset, vector assets. Sorry. Vector asset. And there are many of them. From the clip art, you can choose them. For instance, for email. So we can use this one, okay? Next. Finish. Okay. Choose and okay. Now there is, as you see here, there is an image, a small image. It's also added to here. But for now, I'm deleting this one because I didn't like it. It's so black. Instead, I will a gray one, a transparent one. Drawable left. So add an asset from here, vector asset. This one, I am decreasing the opacity. I'm decreasing the opacity, and next, and finish. It's here. I'm choosing this one. Now it seems better. For this one, I am adding one more vector asset, this time for password. For password, I will use another figure. I think it's okay. And I'm decreasing the opacity. Next, finish. And choosing this one. Okay. But as you see, they are very adjacent to each other. So to drawable padding, so I will add some gap between them. 5 dp. 5 dp. As you see, 5 dp gap. For this one, I am adding also 5 dp. 5 dp. So if I add, for example, 25 dp, what will happen? Then this padding will increase. So 5 dp is enough. Drawable padding. Also, these images are very adjacent to, they are overlapping with the border. To avoid it, we can add padding, left padding. So for the, I'm choosing this one, and padding from left. Padding from left, 10 dp is good. Okay. Then you can see if I enter a padding for this one, padding left, for example, 50 dp, what will happen? So 50 dp, instead 10 dp is enough. 10 dp. Okay, then our application seems better now. But I don't like this purple color in this button. So I will create a background image, background template for button as well. In the project, a drawable object, right click, new drawable resource file. This is button background. Button background, but I'm selecting I'm root as a root element. I am saying selector. In selector, there will be different options. So I will create two items. Item 1 and control the item 2. The first item is when we click the Android object, or when so a button may have two states. When you click the button, you can change the color. You can change some color. So for that, for each item, I am defining the state. Android state pressed. This is false. This will be Android state press true. So when we click the button, it will use this item. When we didn't click the button, when the button is free, it will have a different shape. So I'm defining its shape. So it's a solid shape, but it has a solid object. Solid. In this solid object, we are defining its color. Android color. I will use a different color code. 40, 52, or not this one, 939, B4, D2. This is a kind of blue, the blue color, and stroke option. I'm adding a stroke option. So stroke option will be Android white, will be 1 dp, and its color is 40, 20, 52, A6. So this is an image in this situation. Then the last case is corner. So we will add a corner. Corners, we are just defining the radius. Radius is 5 dp. So I'm copying the same shape for this one. Their shape will be same. We will just change the color. Will be in this color, and the color option will be red. I will try to find red color, red, green, blue code. So it's this one. Okay, we will copy it in. So when the user click, when the button is free, it will be blue. It will be a light blue. When the user click it, it will be dark blue, and its stroke, its corners and stroke surrounding this button will be red. So this is button background. Then in the design segment, I'm opening our, closing it here. For this login object, this button, I'm defining a background. Empty now. We will use button background. Okay. but we can't see the change. We can't see the effect. Why? That's because we are using a theme. We are using a theme. This theme in here, this theme is setting our button as purple. So I will change it, not this one. So I will delete it. Theme dot app compat light, no action bar. Okay. If we use this one, it's free, so you can see the effect. Okay, you can see now. So when we run the application, but when we run the application, we can't see this one because we add the login activity. In main activity, there is no button for the login activity, right? In main activity, I'm opening the main activity now. It's layout. So there are 3 objects here. I'm deleting the chain now, for now. Chain, remove vertical chain, then adding one more button. Adding one more button from the palette. Okay, this is, so center horizontally. This is center. So login screen, btn, login activity. Okay, then I will choose all of them again with control. So we should break the chain for everyone, for each one. For this one also, I am breaking the chain, removing all this constraint. So choosing all of them and creating a vertical chain again. Okay, then when we run the application, so this application seems in this form, it's so amateur, so simple. But when you click the login, oh, it's not working because we didn't add the code, right? So we created login activity. In main activity, we should, in activity main layout. So when we click this button, we should add an onClick method. Click, open login. The method must be, name of the method must be open login. So in the code, will be open login. Then I'm copying the same content, same code, but just changing the variable name, login intent. From main activity, this is going to login activity. Login activity and login intent. Okay, then we can run it again. Okay, this is so simple view. It seems so amateur. If you click login, so this seems better. But there are some problems here. I think because we can't see our image view and other things, we should correct them. We should fix the problem in the login activity. So why we can't see it? I will try to fix the problem. Okay, this is, we didn't centralize. We forget to centralize this. Otherwise, okay, we can't see it. Horizontally, we didn't align it. This is the first problem. Why we can't see it? From the top, it's 100. Okay. 250. Perhaps it's under the, maybe under the rent. We centralize them. I think we create a chain between these objects, so we forget to add to this the object and chain. I'm removing the chain. No, there is no chain. In the layout attributed, is there a, okay, there is a 16 dp and KBU is here 8. So if we horizontally, it's okay. If you try again, so the problem is in the login activity, we can't see this image. Why? This is a maybe JPEG file. Is it a JPEG file? I will check it in the project layout, drawable logo. This is PNG. Background is JPEG. So this is hue. So when I click it, image view and background logo, no problem. In the code, we can check the problem in the code. Image view, margin, drawable logo. Parent 8 dp, 100 dp. And the design, so if I set wrap content or wrap content and wrap content from the top to 2 dp gap, and instead of putting this constraint, I'm removing this constraint. Removing this constraint. Okay, wrap content is better now. Layout and say wrap content. Between them, there must be some, okay. Then 16 dp. Yeah, okay. Between them, 16 dp. I will try again. I think in the image view there is a problem, but the problem is not about the, maybe about the emulator, because we can see in the view, our original view is in this form. This is image view, right? Nothing wrong in the code. This is an image view, and image view has a drawable logo object. but we can't see it in the layout tools. So combat drawable logo. It's PNG format, no problem. Design. Okay, is there a... I'm trying to move this object to button. I think this problem is about the emulator, okay? If you try this application in your phone, you can see these images, and we add this one. We can see in the layout, but when we run the application, we can't see it in the emulator. This is maybe because of the emulator problem. It's better to deploy this application to a mobile phone and try it there. When you try it there, you will see this one, because in the morning I checked it, it was working. Okay, I designed this, and when I run the application, I can see this figure in the layout properly, but now I think there is a problem. But this problem may be because of the emulator, not because of our application. There is nothing wrong in the application. I checked it before. So if you remember, this is the image. This is another image. We insert this image. It's working well, but this image is not working. This is, I will check. This is image view. It's not a background image. Drawable logo. So nothing wrong in the code, okay? Nothing wrong in the code. It may be because of the team, or because of the emulator problem. So to add some functionality to login application, we need database operations. So we will check the username from the database, and when the user will enter its email address with his password, we will check if the email address and password exists in our database. If there is an email address with the same email address entered, so we are checking the password. If the password is matching with the password inside the database, we are letting go to the user to enter the system. But if they are not matching, so we are warning the user, this is invalid password, or this is not a correct password, or email address and password is not matching. So this is the main idea in the login application, but we can't do it because we don't have time to make database operation. It takes perhaps more, we need one more day to do it. So our aim is not to make database operation, to learn how to design Android layouts. So I think it's clear enough how we can create layouts in Android, and also we can add functionality to Android. If you have any question, I am happy to answer them.
Any question for all students? You can raise your hand or type messages.
You can write from the chat
feature.
part. I think there is no question, right?
I think all students already understood about their presentation.
Okay, so in the I am sending my email address. to the chat part. If you have any problem, any question later, you can ask me. You can contact me with my email address. If you're really interested in Android developing, I have some recommendation for you too as well. These are the starting point in the Android, okay? Also in the mobile application development. So yesterday we talked about the Flutter and Jetpack Compose. So I want to talk about them a few minutes. So I recommend you to, if you really interested in mobile application development, now the new trends are going on cross-platform. So Flutter is one of the best option. Flutter is. So in the Flutter, you can develop applications for both Android platforms and iOS platforms. In Android Studio, you can create application for just Android. But if you use Flutter platform, you can code your application in Dart, and you can create mobile application for both Android operating system, Android phones, and for both iPhones and iOS operating system. This is better. Also, if you want to continue with Android, Jetpack Composes they just released the Jetpack Compose. Actually, it has 1 year. So it has a similar structure with Flutter. So in Jetpack, if you are using Jetpack Compose, you are not using a layout design. Actually, you are using layout, but you are not designing layout in XML. You are creating your layout from your codes. You are creating every element with your codes. You are not designing an XML layout. No need to use an XML layout in Jetpack Compose. So Android developers are offering to learn Jetpack Compose and developing application by using them. So these are the new trends. If you really want to be a mobile application developer, because it's a very popular studying subject, okay? Because if you learn mobile programming, it's so easy to find jobs in international level. You know, yesterday I said, if you're developing web applications, or if you're developing a desktop application, your target is limited now. Your target is limited. But if you're developing Android applications, or if you're developing mobile applications, your target is a huge number of people, because all over the world, nearly all the people have a mobile phone, a smartphone. So when you're developing a mobile application as a mobile app developer, your target is a huge humanity, okay, the huge collection of the people. All of them are using mobile phones, so they are all your customers. So I recommend you to learn how to develop mobile application. It's a good advantage. And if you are a good mobile application programmer, developer, so you have many opportunity to find international job. Even if you go to the UK, even if you go to the USA, if you stay in Indonesia, if you go to the Europe, any country, okay, you can easily find jobs when you are a good mobile application developer. So this is my recommendation at the end. As I said before, if you have any question, I wrote my email address to the chat part, and I will also share this application with you. I'm sending my presentation and these codes to you. You can take it from your teachers, And if you have any question, please don't hesitate to send me an email. Okay, thank you very much for inviting me such a good event. I hope it will be fine. It will be useful for you. And I hope to see you again. Also, I want to remind something. Our university has agreement with your university, I think. And we have many students from different countries. You can come here with the agreements, perhaps one semester or for all your education, higher education. Our computer engineering department is a very good department in the national level, also in the international level. We will be happy to see you. We will be happy to see all of you here. I hope to see you in next events. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you to Dr. Yasin Ortaci for our keynote speaker, for sharing your expertise with us about understanding of UI UX design in mobile application development. So I also say thank you to our students and our lecturers who already have joined for this event. And I will remember you that don't forget, tomorrow we will continue the 3-in-1 program with a practitioner lecturer on the topic is landing page development using Nuxt.js or Vue.js and Tailwind CSS. The event will be held on 16 until 17 November at 10 o'clock. See you on the next event. Thank you very much for your great attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Yasin.
Thank you very much. Thank you, your administration. Thank you to all the teachers, and thank you to all the students. I'm happy to be here. See you inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.